Yahushai, Bahashim, Kakadash, that were honors to the apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and honors to all the brothers in this truth. This is breaking news right now. Sedition amongst men. All hell breaking loose because of the whole Breonna Taylor decision that they came out with, which was all bullshit. But let's let this play real quick. 2 officers have been shot.
Ground. Now we're getting reports that, in fact, 2 police officers have been shot tonight in Louisville and transported to University Hospital. Here at the very latest on the ground is Matt Finn. Matt, we have Metro Police apparently confirming that another officer was shot tonight.
Yeah, and Sean, we have a crew on the way to that shooting scene right now, and we will bring you the latest from that scene. I just want to show you what's happening here, really in the heart of downtown Louisville. People tried setting this facility on fire earlier tonight, and police came rushing out of there, and protesters threw objects at police. They declared this an unlawful assembly. There are remnants of fires all around this area. In fact, there's still a smaller fire still burning in this area, but right now we are past that curfew time, so police are out here, warning people that this is an unlawful assembly. They told people over and over again to clear this area, and there's still some people hanging out, screaming profanities at police, trying to agitate them. But for now, this is a much calmer scene than just even a few hours ago when there was hundreds and hundreds of people out here, and police declared this an unlawful assembly, and they warned people that they would be arrested. And just a short distance from here, our understanding is that 2 police officers were shot here tonight in Louisville. We don't have any word on their condition, but we will bring that to you as soon as we get it, Sean.
Matt, what do we know about apparently?
Let's pause it right there. And it's only going to get worse. And the next couple days are going to be interesting because, see, the thing is, they knew that this was going to happen. So this is all the setup. They knew it was going to happen. That's why they had like different stores boarded up, different places like blocked off and streets restricted, and they had called it a national emergency for the whole state or the whole city, either one. But they knew this was going to happen, so they knew the decision. They already knew the decision beforehand, and they was trying to prepare for this. They could have simply avoided all this by giving the right decision, but this is what the scriptures talk about. There's going to be sedition among men because of things like this, and the next couple days are going to be interesting. Like, it's going to be real interesting to see, because it's going to spread from other cities. Other cities are going to protest. Like, they were in Washington, D.C. right now. They were in Washington, D.C. protesting at the White House about this same matter. So this is going to spread to other cities. But this time, this is going to, I feel like this is going to be considered the second wave. This second wave of riots is going to be way different. Esau kind of filled it out the first time, but the second time I feel like he's going to come down with the military and National Guard. As you see, they're all out there right now, especially when police officers start to actually get shot. The first round was just people rioting, throwing rocks, burning down stuff, but now people are shooting. So this is about to get real serious, as you see the dude behind him actually throwing up the middle finger. But it's finna get serious, man. So these next couple days is finna be interesting. The next couple weeks are about to be interesting. The next couple months with this election and the coronavirus vaccine coming out, it's all finna be very interesting. Let me pull a quick scripture. We're going to be pulling the same scriptures during this time, because it's all prophecy that's being fulfilled until the end comes, So it ain't going to never get old. We don't never get weary. We on fire. 2nd Esdras chapter 15, starting at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for sword and their destruction draweth nigh. This stuff like this. One people should stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Swords is just weapons. So police getting shot, that means that somebody had a sword in their hand and they shot them. For there shall be a sedition among men. Riots is the perfect example of sedition amongst men. You finna see a lot of that in the next couple of days, man. For there shall be sedition among men, and evading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes. So their judges, which is like a form of a king, pretty much. President, governors, congressmen, police officers, they ain't regard none of that. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And a man should desire to go in the city and should not be able. You hear what he just said. He said the curfew, they're not regarding the curfew, so they shutting it down, and they block off some streets. And then eventually, if this gets even bigger, they're gonna start blocking off the whole city. You ain't gonna be able to go in there. And the thing is like, Where is the NFAC? Didn't they go down there and said if they don't get the right verdict, they're going to return back and they're pretty much going to bring havoc on the city? So we going to see what they do in the next couple days too. Verse 17, I'm going to leave it here. And the man should, no, verse 18. For because of their pride, their cities shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. And that's what we're going to see. Because of their pride, they didn't want to give the right verdict because they so prideful. They're fighting for white supremacy that their city's going to be in trouble because of their pride. So let's leave it there, you know. Let's let it play a little bit longer.
There's reports that earlier that we had an eyewitness see a truck that had things that they were distributing to anarchists, which would indicate that they were planning for trouble very early on in the day, and that for example they were I guess giving out to different people that were there, I guess fellow anarchists, all sorts of water bottles and signs and other things distributed. We don't know for sure everything that was given out, but apparently there was some planning involved in tonight's, what happened tonight in a...
Of course, and they finna burn. They gonna attempt to burn the city down, man. A lot of things are gonna be on fire, which all goes along with the California fires. This all goes along, man. The Lord said He gonna take this place off with fire, and that's exactly what's gonna happen, man. And it's gonna get worse. Fires gonna come from everywhere. You're gonna have fires come from natural disasters, like in California, fires from sedition amongst men, and fires from nuclear weapons when those start going off, and rockets when those things start going off. So anything that could create fire is gonna be let loose in these last days, man, because the Lord taking this place off with fire the same way He took out the world with water during the time of Noah, man. Salvation to the elect. Shalom.